Whether you're a Zombies veteran who's done with Nebula and ready for a new challenge, or a new player just looking to knock out some calling cards, I'll walk you through how to complete 5 Dark Ops challenges that don't require glitches, meta weapons, or a ton of gobblegums you might not have. Well, except for the calling card that you need to use 25 gobblegums in one match, but that's besides the point. You'll be one step closer to getting the Dark Ops Mastery calling card for Zombies if you're able to follow these steps, especially if you've already completed the 5 easiest calling cards we've already gone through. Now, if you want to be real efficient and add a layer of challenge to this, you technically could complete all 5 of these calling cards in one single run. But I wouldn't recommend it because it can be pretty difficult. Now let's get into the first calling card. Armed to the Teeth requires you to have 8 perks, all weapons max rarity, triple packed with an ammo mod equipped. As you can imagine, this will take some time to gather all of the essence and salvage to complete this. You can get this calling card on any map, but I'd recommend selecting Citadel because you can switch your melee weapon out for a sword, meaning you won't need to upgrade the rarity or pack it. Simply go through each round as you typically would, farming kills and progressing through the steps to open Pack-a-Punch. If you've never played Citadel, use the orange icons for help to get down to the crate and shoot the locks off. The Doppelgas will drop the crystal needed to create the pack machine. Keep an eye out for a stamp so that you can obtain a sword. I typically choose the Lion Sword as it's pretty easy to go through the steps to upgrade it, but any of the swords will do. My biggest tip is to wait until you have 8 perks and your primary weapon fully packed and max rarity with an ammo mod before working on your next weapon. The longer you wait, the better the rarity will be for a wall buy. Once you see an orange wall buy weapon, purchase it so you can skip having to gather all the salvage to increase the rarity. You'll need 50,000 essence to triple pack it, and make sure to apply an ammo mod. Once you've completed all these steps, you should receive the Armed to the Teeth calling card. To make this quicker, you can pop a Perkaholic Gobblegum to get 8 perks, but not everyone has a spare one laying around, plus it doesn't take all that long to get 8 perks. You could also choose to do this in directed mode if you want to make it a bit easier. Good Enough requires you to reach round 20 with just your starting loadout. This means you can't buy perks or kill streaks. You'll also need to unequip all of your augments before starting the round. This is pretty annoying, but I tried a round while having augments equipped without buying perks and I still didn't get the calling card, so make sure to not skip this step. Lastly, you also cannot use your field upgrade as that will invalidate the round as well. Surprisingly, you can buy armor and pack your guns, which will be necessary as you get into the higher rounds. Choose the map you're most comfortable on and progress through the rounds. I chose the top of the bank on Liberty Falls and was able to get some camo progression while I did it. And that's it, just reach round 20 and you'll receive the Good Enough Dark Ops calling card. Gummed Up is the most straightforward as the only stipulation is you consume 25 gobblegums in a single match. I'd recommend selecting the 5 gobblegums you care the least about as you'll essentially be wasting them. I had a ton of blues that I ended up sacrificing for this specific challenge. Your loadout, the map, or anything else doesn't matter as long as you keep eating the gobblegums. Make sure to consume your starting 3 as soon as you spawn and then hit the machine each round to keep getting more. You may get a duplicate, which is annoying, but it only happened a couple times during my run. If the round is starting to get difficult or you just need 1 or 2 more, you could wait for the cooldown to get multiple in one round while you have a crawler. And that's it, you should receive the calling card. In game it popped up as Big Chew, but in my calling card it shows as Gummed Up. Not sure why, but either way you'll have it. Another round requires you to reach round 100. Not surprisingly, this calling card takes by far the longest amount of time to complete. I ended up doing it in 2 different play sessions, so feel free to save and quit as needed. Round 100 may sound daunting, especially if your highest round is nowhere near this. Personally, I had never gotten to round 100 or even close to it before attempting this calling card, but utilizing the 2 strats I'll show you, I was able to complete it on my first try. The easiest map in my opinion for this is going to be Citadel by leveraging the oil traps with Molotovs to get through a majority of the rounds. I was able to start using the strat very early and it lasted until the mid 80s. For your setup, equip Molotovs and the Ether Shroud field upgrade. The most important piece of your setup to make this strat work is the Picky Eater Augment for Vulture Aid. It replenishes your equipment from kills, meaning after each round you'll easily max out your Molotovs. I also like to run decoys in case I need a quick distraction. Thankfully, you'll get enough kills to fully charge your field upgrade each round, so you can have that in your back pocket if you need it. If you've never used the oil trap strat before, here's a quick walkthrough. At either gate of the castle will be a trap that you can press, dropping oil onto the zombies. If you throw a Molotov, it will ignite the zombies, instantly killing them. On the Speed Cola side, just back up into the corner and you won't get hurt. On the Deadshot side, jump up onto the ledge. Because equipment scales with each round, you can continually rack up kills. As you get closer to round 100, the trap won't last long enough to clear a full round and you'll need to go to the other side. Make sure to leave a crawler or 2 if you need to get perks, pack your weapon if you want to, or buy anything else. Technically, each kill is a critical, so as long as you're holding the weapon you want camo progress on, you'll get credit for each kill. This also counts for special kills for Opal and elite kills for Nebula. Once I had about 50,000 salvage, I then went back to spawn and farm mutant injector kills next to the crafting table under the bar. I had plenty of salvage left over by round 100 and didn't come close to running out. To me, this is a bit of a safer way to finish out the challenge instead of continually having to run between the two oil traps. Once your mutant injector finishes, you'll have time to turn around, buy another, and repeat the process. This was the easiest way for me to reach round 100, and being able to knock out camos at the same time was a huge plus. You could try to reach round 100 on Liberty Falls, Terminus, or the new Tomb map, but personally Citadel was way easier. Yo-Ho-Ho has the most steps necessary for completion, but I wouldn't consider them difficult, more so just tedious. For this calling card, we'll need to load up Terminus and make sure you have Molotovs equipped. You could use thermo grenades, but I prefer Molotovs. You can also bring a double points Gobblegum if you want, but it's not necessary. This challenge requires you to earn 20,000 essence without getting hit after obtaining the cursed relic, which I'll show you first how to get. Work your way down to the lab and go through the speed cola side, as this will unlock the area we need to start the challenge initially. Go through the steps to turn on the power and buy melee macchiato. I'd recommend also packing your gun before the next steps, as you'll need to kill some pretty beefy HVTs. Go back to the speed cola tunnel and you'll find these rocks covering an opening. Melee the rocks and you'll see a ship captain with a map. Interact with the captain and take note of the red X on the map. This marks the location of a watch that will be in the water. I'd recommend opening your TAC map and marking it to make it easier to find. Get on a boat and travel to that ping, looking down in the water for a glowing watch. Once you find it, take it back to the captain. After some dialogue, you'll see 3 new X's appear. These will be the same each time. One will be on the shipwreck, one will be on Castle Rock, and the last on Temple Island. The order you complete these in doesn't matter. Make sure you have 3 Molotovs, so if you're missing 1 or 2, go ahead and craft them. The first location we'll go to is the shipwreck, where you'll throw a Molotov at this skeleton. A Mangler will appear, and you'll need to kill him so that he drops a golden coin. Head to Castle Rock and ignite this skeleton. Kill the Mangler and grab the coin. The last skeleton is on Temple Island, and you'll throw your Molotov at this skeleton. Kill the Mangler, grab the coin, and then head back to the captain in the tunnel. Once you've interacted with the captain, you'll need to survive 3 rounds on Crab Island. Just progress through the rounds until you start to see lightning strike the island. This indicates that you've completed all of the steps to get the relic. Now look around for a glowing treasure chest, open it, and obtain the relic. Now to complete the calling card, you'll need to get 20,000 essence without being hit, which can be a bit difficult. However, if you want to make it easier, I'd recommend completing the crab game Easter egg to spawn a ton of essence. Throw a grenade at this crab trap in the trees to initiate the Easter egg. Across from the armor buy, you'll find a set of crabs. Interact with the crabs to start the game. You'll be given a baseball bat and you need to hit as many crabs as possible. Once you've completed the game, you'll see a ton of essence appear. I'd pop a double points Gobblegum if you brought one and then collect all of the essence. This got me most of the way there. Now, get the final kills with either weapon or kill streaks to complete the calling card. Remember, any damage, whether it's from zombies, fall damage, or anything else, will start the challenge over, so you'll need to be careful. That means if you're using explosives, the splash damage can start it over as well. For bug rounds, I'd recommend using a kill streak so the parasites don't hit you. Once you've gotten 20,000 essence without being hit, you'll obtain the Yo-Ho-Ho calling card. I hope this helped walk you through how to get these 5 Dark Ops calling cards. You honestly could try to do all 5 on the same run on Terminus, but round 100 would be tough without the oil trap strat in my opinion. Let me know if there's any other calling cards you need help with.